What's up, YouTube? If you've watched some of my previous videos, welcome back, and I'm happy you're watching. Today I'm going to be giving you my review of the Asics Evoride. The Asics Evoride is an up-tempo trainer from Asics. It has a 5mm drop with a 28mm heel and a 23mm forefoot. It weighs 9.1 ounces in a standard size 9. I use it mostly for easy runs and tempo days, but you could take it up to some harder interval work, or you could use it on your recovery days for easy stuff, even though you might want something a little bit softer. Let's start from the top down. First of all, we've got a nice, very plush upper, a very strong heel cup, and a very, very thick tongue. The tongue is very oddly thick. I'm not really sure why, and it sticks up like this whenever you run. Otherwise, the upper is strong, durable, and I wouldn't be surprised if it lasts a lot longer than the midsole and outsole. Next, let's talk about the midsole. The midsole is a standard EVA midsole made of what Asics calls flight foam, and it's very firm and responsive. I like it. One of the things that really stuck out to me about the midsole was that it's pretty rigid here, which you don't get in a lot of other shoes. For instance, the Hoka One One Clifton 6, it's a lot less rigid, but for these, it's pretty rigid, which follows the trend that we're getting from more flexible shoe to a more rigid shoe, especially with all the carbon fiber plate shoes coming into fashion. This is not a Vaporfly, but it's sort of it is the Zoom Fly to the Asics Meta Racer. Another thing about the midsole is that it has a pretty dramatic rocker, meaning that the front here is curved up in the toe a lot more than some other shoes might be. Like even this Hoka, which is known for its rocker, is a lot less curved up in the toe. After that, we've got the outsole. The outsole is one of the places that I was the most disappointed in this shoe. So this outsole is covered in a very thick layer of this Asics rubber, which I thought was a bit of overkill when I first got the shoe. I thought there's no reason to give us that much rubber with such minimal actual depth, but now I see why they did it. This wears down very fast. See, there used to be a lug there. Now it's just sort of a shadow. It's almost absolutely flat, which is not good. I don't see why they didn't make the lugs a little bit deeper to actually grip, and so once it wore away, you would still have like some kind of lug depth. I know it's obviously a road shoe, but I would definitely prefer a little bit more grip. Another thing is, oddly, they have this rubber in the back that seems to be very different. It's a lot less soft to the touch, and it seems like it's wearing down a lot slower than the rubber in the front, which I found odd. I would want them to have the more durable rubber all over instead of having this thick layer of not so great rubber. Just for comparison, here is the rubber on the Hoka One One Clifton 6. The rubber is worn down a lot less, despite the fact that these shoes have probably about 520 to 550 miles on them, while these Asics have about 250, and the rubber is a lot more damaged. Overall, the shoe is pretty nice. I actually really like it. As much as I don't like the outsole, I'm a big fan of the midsole and upper combination. It gives you the firm, responsive tempo day midsole combined with a nice and very plush upper. Despite all my problems with the outsole, I really like this shoe. I very much enjoyed the responsive, snappy ride that you get from the combination of the firm, responsive EVA midsole and the rigidity of the shoe. I also liked that the upper was plush, which you don't really get a lot of in the lightweight trainer category. I also liked the heel being very stout, very strong, and I just really didn't like that it's wearing down so fast here. Now this shoe retails for about $120 US. Honestly, I feel like that's a bit much for this shoe, especially considering how badly the outsole is wearing. I feel like it would probably be best as like $100 to $110 shoe. If you're looking for a responsive trainer that can go for tempo days, but you can also take out on easier paced runs, I definitely look into this. And that is my review of the Asics Evoride.